There we go. Got chats. This Trucking Life, good morning. I'm coming to you from the house. My civilian environment. Good morning, Red Lady. Thank you for the gift. I did a little unboxing video last night. I think it's still trying to upload from my phone. For those of you that don't know, Sterling and Mr. Red Lady and Mrs. Sterling sent me a nice gift for me and Dee Dee. Hold on, I gotta shut Dee Dee up. She's chirping in there. Dee Dee, stop. Okay, she's in her cage in the bedroom, so she's wants to be out here. So Mrs. Sterling and Mr. Red Lady sent me a gift. It was a nice little care package. There was a toy for Dee Dee, a reflective harness, and some treats, and some delicious coffee, which I'm enjoying this morning with you. So thank you guys so much for that gift. Tito's and Soda's in the house. Don Schonger's in the house. Stepped in at Trucking's in the house. Hey, I'm up. Let's go. All right. I gave us a little bit more time. I'm at home, so I did a lot of things first. So, and we have to get we have dogs. We have quite a few dogs. So we had to get all that, let them wake up, play, go potty, and get all that out of their system before I could have some quiet time, semi-quiet time. So if you hear barking or Dee Dee chirping back there or whatever, like, it's because the dogs are near me, but everybody's down for their morning nap already. Bull of the Woods is in the house. Or what's up? My sister Sherry is in the house. Good morning, sis. Thank you for tuning in. Big Ray CEO. Hey, Big Ray. How's it going out there? Haven't seen you around in a little bit. How's everything going? Okay. So I have a valuable nugget that I would like to bring to the table this morning and just chit chat a little bit about it. Please hit the like and subscribe. We are broadcasting to Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube today. I was this is a side note, kind of disappointed because I've been trying to, expand my social media situation, and you can't live stream from StreamYard to Instagram. Instagram's like it's the own, so I'm trying to figure out that, right? I was telling you guys last time that I was trying to expand like one broadcast over everything, still trying to work on that, but we're on 3 platforms today. I don't think I can see the chats from the other platforms. I think the only chats that come in here from YouTube. So, what I want to bring, let's get the business out of the way. So I posted on my community post a video that I watched from Carlton Dennis, which is an accounting firm that I watch. Very, very good channel. They focus on tax alchemy and strategies and things like that. Okay, so in that video that I posted, I want to give them credit and tell you that I posted it for you to watch. I encourage any business owners in here to watch that. There's been some pretty important to us, right, tax changes that we need to be aware of. Just a couple, so this isn't going to be long and terrible. So what I learned from this video is that in 2023, your tax benefit for meals, right? So as a trucker, I write off all my meals, right? And I've been using that because it's been historically that we could get 100% of that tax benefit for that. As of 2023, that has changed, and everybody should be aware of it. It is that benefit has been cut from being able to use 100% of the value for the meal. It is cut to 50%. That's a significant cut. So I wanted to bring that up in case anybody's not aware. That's for business owners out there. That's a pretty huge deal because you're not going to be getting 100% of that benefit anymore, which means your tax planning for this year might have to get a little bit more strategic and, because you're not going to be able to use 100% of that anymore. So just keep that in mind. Talk to your tax professional about it. Have that conversation. Think about it. And you may have to add some things, do some things a little bit different this year to offset your taxes. Okay. That's number one. Number two is the bonus depreciation is now changing. So if you buy a truck, let's say, or any large pieces of equipment or any equipment that you're trying to buy to get 100% write-off for that is no longer. They don't let us do that anymore. So the bonus depreciation is now in 2023 80%. Then it's a phase out, right? So it's 80%. In 2022, it's going to be 60%, in 20 years decreasing, and so on until 2027, it's going to be to zero. So you're going to want to know that buying equipment, okay, or any purchases that your business is going to make, which you plan to write off 100%, it's not going to happen. You are only going to be, and so this is the best year now, this year, to get the most out of that because it's 80%. Next year, it's going to be at 60%. And we're going to lose 20% moving forward every year until 2027 when it's going to be zero. So if you think about that, that's because they're forcing us to claim more income, which will raise our profit margin, or could if you're not strategic and offsetting that with other things, so that tax can be collected on your profit. Okay. Hope you guys are following me on that. Meals as in per diem. No, not per diem. Like for instance, you have from my understanding, I'm not a tax professional whatsoever, but from my understanding is you have the option based on how you do it to do a per diem. If you're just a driver with an LLC, you can get that benefit, which I know that per diem rate has went up. So that might be something I want to look at to changing. But what I've been doing is taking 100% of my meals as a business expense. Okay, that's the part that's changed. So Michael Page, good morning. Thank you for coming in, by the way. So you're good. I'm bringing this to the table because it's something you're going to need to be aware of. If you're not aware of it already, obviously we are past first quarter now, and I'm just learning it late. So I'm just going to bring it to the table because I know we've been busy. The market's been crazy and all of that. So I'm just kind of, let's touch on it. Let's make sure we're aware of these changes. These do affect us greatly in our businesses because of what we have to do with equipment and meals and so forth. I believe, I know that you have the option of how you do your meals, and you can do it. You can do the per diem thing, or you can do it the other way, but you can't do both, right? So this is something you need to talk to your tax professionals about and make your decisions. Make sure that you're doing it properly for tax planning, right? You want to get the best scenario for yourself and how you're running your business. Let's see. Come on with it is in the house. Good morning, Bill. He says, let me show his comment. Sorry. They could cut per diem in half and make it simple, but no, let's give them the full per diem. And they say they only get 50%. Right. And when the Republicans gets in office, then all this goes out the window more than likely. Well, actually, Donald Trump, who's a Republican, put it in place where we could get 100% of the write-off for the equipment, right? The bonus depreciation. The current administration is what's changing it and reducing it. So blame it on whoever you think you should blame it on. Michael Page says you get 80% up front and then can write off the other 20% over the next 3 to 5 years, as I understand it, and not losing anything. Can't get it all up front. Like I said, I'm just kind of bringing it out here. Be aware of it. Dig into it. Do your own research. I'm not a tax professional, but I learned from it from watching Carlton Dennis's channel. I posted that video on my community page so you can watch it for yourself, okay? Because there's more to that video, but I kind of just picked out these little nuggets so that we could bring it to awareness this morning and talk a little bit about it. Bill says, what if we have half off coupon for dinner? I don't know. Talk to your tax professional. Chicken Hawk is in the house. Welcome, Chicken Hawk. Miss you, buddy, on this channel. Thank you for coming in. Happy Sunday. What are you all sexual deviants up to today? It's coffee. It's coffee chat. I'm at the house. I'm actually having a weekend with my family. We had a ball yesterday. We went to this place called CJ Barrymore's Fun Park to celebrate one of my son's birthdays. Absolutely had a blast. It was a great, great family time. I needed that. It was very quality time, full day, nothing else going on but us hanging out, having a good time. It was absolutely fun. I did post some shorts from yesterday in my shorts. So if you want to see us having fun, you can go check that out for me and give it a view, give it a thumbs up. A couple of them, which is really weird, got a ton of views, quickly within the first 12 to 17 hours, 1,000.7 view, 1.7 thousand views. One was 2.5 thousand views. I don't understand what the algorithm's doing, why those particular ones had more views than the others. So a significant amount of the others. But there's me and my family on there and us on the Ferris wheel and things like that. So just having a little fun. Showing you guys that I can have some fun once in a while. And I did, and I was very, very happy yesterday. I love what I do. I love my work, and but it's all for them. It's all for my family. Everything that I'm doing is trying to leave my legacy and build my little empire to pass on to them for the future of my grandchildren. So, Chicken Hawk, it's great to see you. I hope everything's going well with you and Special K down there in the beautiful land of Florida and your fast-paced, crazy job. I hope you guys have settled down and your schedule's gotten a little bit more manageable. I know they were working you guys extra, and I know the money's probably good. You get a little extra money, but I know you were missing your plane flying and all of that. Cheap Freight Haulers in the house says good morning. Says hey to Chicken Hawk. How you been? Everybody misses you around here, Chicken Hawk. I told Chicken Hawk, I said, hey, there's a little bit less spice in my lives without Chicken Hawk here. So we miss him. But thanks for coming in, Chicken Hawk. I appreciate you. Michael Page says, I'll take a look. Thanks for the info. Yeah, take a look at that video on my community page and just to get some awareness about it. And then your next step is going to be want to talk to your tax professional and have that conversation and to fully get the details and understand it. Bill says, glad to see Shannon enjoying home time. Yeah, I thank you guys for that too. A couple of you dropped me some messages and said it's so good to see you having fun. And it was good. It's good for my soul, right? A lot of times when I come home, I'm home on a 34, right? And I rarely take any extra time. And so this time mentally, I was able to just leave the truck. Because usually I'm like, you have that thing in the back of your mind, like, you're home, but you're still like waiting. It's almost like I wait for the time to pass so I can go again. And I've really been trying to settle down from that. I still want to run. I still want to go, do my business and all of that. But there's a point when I have to admit to myself, like, I miss them when I'm out there, and then I'm here and it gets a little chaotic and I'm just like, oh, I can't wait to leave. Which isn't probably the best attitude to have. I'm sorry. There's so much light behind me, guys. I'm sorry about it. So you guys probably understand what I'm saying. And so it's a little bit conflicting, and I don't like that, because it's like when I'm home, sometimes I'm not home, right? I'm not home. And then when I'm on the road, like, I'm like, oh, I can't wait till the next time I get to visit home, right? So this weekend, I had plans to move my RV with Mr. Lake. My my poor business partner has gotten hurt, and he's hurt his tendon in his leg when he was doing some farm work at his house. So he's unable to help me out with that project. So that's what I had come home for, because I needed to allow some time, because I need my RV moved to my house, and he had a friend who was going to help us out with that. So that got the kibosh because of his injury. So please keep him in your prayers, and hopefully he'll be up and at him soon. I know it's driving him crazy being laid up. And tendons can be difficult, right, to heal. So that's kind of what's going on. But in the meantime, since that didn't work out, so I'm like, okay, well, I have a load that doesn't deliver till Monday anyways. I had set it up like that. And so I have been able to know that I have 2 full days at home, Saturday and Sunday. And so I've been able to mentally be here and leave work where it's at, right? So that's been healthy for me. And I'm fulfilled. Like, I am happy. We got to celebrate a birthday, and I have news. I'll bring it up in a second. Let me catch up on comments, because I will get in the weeds here. Chicken Hawk says, hi, Chief Freight Hauler. I've been good. How are you doing? Chief Freight Hauler is doing great. He's doing big positive stuff. Jerome Jones is in the house. Good morning, Jerome. But I didn't mention this. I got some new coffee in the gift box that Sterling and I gotta say this right, Mr. Red Lady and Mrs. Sterling sent me. And I'm drinking that coffee this morning. It's a Cuban Queen coffee, and it's very delicious. So that's what I'm sipping on this morning. And so thank you for the coffee. And they also put in there some of those Keurig permafilters. That's what you call them. The filters that you can put the coffee in and just pop it in your Keurig. It turns it into a Keurig thing. I don't have that on the truck, but we do have one here at the house, and we actually needed some of those. So thank you for that. That was very thoughtful, and they will be put to good use here. And the safety harness is too small for Dee Dee. She's actually too big for it. She's growing like crazy. So I couldn't clip it around her. So unfortunately I won't be able to use that. Bill says, Chicken Hawk is styling and profiling. Kelly Patterson is in the house. Good morning. Good morning. How's the show going, Kelly? I've seen some of your videos. I know you're working on it. I've been, it's hard to watch Kelly Patterson's channel and be fasting. Let me just say that. Chicken Hawk says, we are trucking now, but we will be wheels up Wednesday morning, headed to the Keys. Great. I bet you're dying to get back there. Jerome Jones says, come on with it. I made it home. Also, did pretty good this week. Good, Jerome. That's good to hear. Yeah, so I don't know if anybody else is feeling it. I mean, I'm still doing okay. I'm doing good actually. And I'm not in all the money and whatever. Like, I don't know. I still don't know what that's like because our market hasn't provided that. But being the way it is in the current market right now, like I'm doing very, very well, especially for having a brand new truck payment. I'm happy. I'm making payroll every week, which is something that I have not been able to do consistently. Oh my gosh, since maybe when I started with Dart, I would say. Because sometimes you had to sacrifice the payroll to keep the business right. So I've went on those ups and downs, and I've really been bummed about it because I want to stay on a consistent payroll to show my own income because I'm an employee of my own company, right? So I if I go to I don't know, apply for a credit card or whatever, I want to be able to have that income history. So, and then also just knowing exactly what my reasonable salary is, and that it's consistent so I can budget my little whatever expenses off of that, my personal expenses off of that. So that's bringing me to a place of peace, consistency, and I'm on a lot less stress level being with like trucking in my current situation, just because it's kind of all come together. There's no confusion. There's no gray areas. Everything is very upfront. Jeff is very honest, and he's a great business partner. So I'm in a way better situation. I'm very happy. I still run my risk, like, I'll get a bad load, or I'll make a poor decision, or right? I'm still that happens. I think that's going to happen with anybody, because sometimes you got to take this or that just to get moved, right? So I had to take I was in New York, and I had to take kind of a crappy load to get home. And I'm talking like $500, and I have to hold it through the whole weekend, one of those. And I took it because from the area I was in, like it was my only way to get out and try to get close to home. And even risking not being able to come home and saying, okay, well, maybe I can come home next week. Maybe there's a better load. There was really nothing. There's nothing to speak of out of there. So, and nothing that worked with when I needed to move and all of that. So I decided, you know what, I'm just going to take the punch. We're going to go home this weekend and have a good time. So, and I'm really glad that I did. Sometimes the sacrifices are that, right? But it's okay, because I'm going to come out. I'll get this load delivered. I'll get paid on that load. That'll take care of my weekend, and we'll move forward, right? And we'll get rolling again. Everybody's chit-chatting back and forth. Snorlord OG is in the house. Good morning, Snorlord. I still want to go live with you and talk about finding lanes, right? I still think we need to have that conversation. Go Truck Yourself is in the house. So just popping in really quick to say hi. Now back to working on the race car. Oh, awesome. That sounds very cool. Thank you for popping in to say hi. Go Truck Yourself. I appreciate you. Dee Dee sounds like she wants to start a riot. She does. She's in there just, she hears me talking and doing something. She's in my bedroom, cannot see me, and so she's in her cage, but I put her food in there. It's time for her to wind down. When she gets home, the other dogs we have here, they all go rambunctious, and play, right? So it's a bunch of jumping and barking and running and all of this stuff for a long, long time. And that's what they love to do. And Dee Dee always is super happy to get home so she can be a dog. And it's important to me too, to give her the times that I can so she can just be a dog. She works a lot, so it's important for her health too. So she'll settle down. Snorlord says, I learned recently that Shannon has tattoos. Yeah. Yeah, I have a couple. I wasn't always so prudish. No, I do have a couple. I got one when I was 18 because that was my breakout. Like, I'm 18, I can get my own tattoo. I was rebellious against my parents and whatnot, right? I got one at 18, And then I kind of got into that addiction thing with it. And I was like, oh, yeah, I'm going to get one when I'm 19. So I got one when I was 19. So I only have 2. So settle down. I quit after that. Right before I was about to get like a full leg tattoo, because I was like, oh, that's so awesome. I'm doing it, right? I thank God that I took a pause and thought about wisdom and decided like that might not be so cool when I'm older. And it was pretty a vibrant tattoo. Yeah. So long story short, that was when I stopped my tattoo career. And I'm glad that I did. Sterling Wheel is in the house. Mr. Red Lady, who I was speaking of earlier. Thank you for the gift, Sterling. Super awesome. I'm enjoying that. It is very delicious coffee, so I appreciate that. And Dee Dee enjoyed the snacks and the toy. And that was really cool. Thank you so much. Twitch is in the house saying, good morning, drivers. Sterling says, I found a quiet place at the hub in Portland to sleep. Some idiot parked next to me to regen his dumb Volvo. I hate people that wake me up much anger. Yeah, I got the same kind of feelings with reefers. I will kind of like, I try to really park at rest areas because you can strategically park away from noise like that, right? So I try to practice that as much as I can because the truck stops are just kind of nuts, you know? I just feel like for me as a driver, it's safer if I park at the rest area. Chicken Hawk says, show us all your tattoos. No, Chicken Hawk, that would be quite inappropriate. I'll pass on that. Thank you, sir. Yoko Ono's in the house. Good morning. Beetlejuice. Summoning the Beetlejuice. All right. Well, good morning, Yoko. Well, thanks for coming in. And Snorlord says, I have 4 looking to get more. Snorlord, you're too old for that. Like, knock it off. So, y'all, I think after 40, you know, my opinion, it's my opinion and I can have it. After 40, probably shouldn't. My daughter's drilling downstairs. My daughter has to build things. She's remodeling this house. This is the house that I gave her. And so she's, there slowly but surely renovating things. So if you hear construction noises from downstairs, she's down there already up and at 'em. Kelly says, I very rarely park in truck stops, especially name brand ones. Yeah, I try not to. Sterling says, thank you for going live. I didn't want to this morning. Okay. Yeah, I'm at the house. I'm relaxed. I'm rejuvenated. My stress level is low and I'm very just happy, enjoying the peace. The birds are chirping outside. I got all the windows open. So I have plenty of time to give you guys a morning coffee live chat. And I'm trying to stay consistent in my little time slot. So, like I said earlier, we're trying to add, so I'm adding platforms. So today we're on Twitter and we are on Facebook as well. If anybody know, I don't think the comments come in from there, but if anybody knows how to see those comments, probably you're supposed to maybe pull up your phone or another device to do that. I don't know. Please hit the like button, you guys. I got 17 in here. It's showing me that I have 1 like and 17 people in here. So please just take a second. Go hit the like for me. Trying to increase my channel views. I'm so close to getting monetized. I have enough subscribers now, but now I have to get watch hours up, which means that's on me. I have to create more content and I'm going to make every effort to do that. This is secondary to my trucking business. So I'll just, obviously, right? Bill says, I was just telling my brother about you, Shannon, how you're upbeat and positive, and that's rare these days. Yeah, I'm a very happy person. And I think, I'm not a genius on any one topic, or I can't bring you like focused content, but I am on a journey. I am a female on the spot market, which is kind of a niche, right? And I'm a very happy soul. Like, I am in love with people and creation and earth and just getting the best out of life and being my best version of myself, continuously improving. I like to encourage you to do the same. Life is short. Like, live your best life every single day. And I'm effectively doing that while going through the hardships of building my trucking company. I just kind of, the glass is pretty much full to me all the time. I can always see the silver lining. So I can only radiate positivity, because I think that's a rare thing also in this world, especially with all the new pressures, all the new crazy environment that we're experiencing with the government, truths being exposed and so forth, right? Sterling says he sees 11 likes, and it looks like I got 21 people in here now to me on my side. So please hit that like. Hit the like real quick. It doesn't hurt. Wheel Burner Express is finally in the house. Good morning, all of you fine, hardworking people. Good morning, Wheel Burner. Don says, I only see the one like I gave you. Thank you, Don, for that one like. At first, that's what I saw. No, as a matter of fact, I'm only seeing one like. Oh, it's a love. I see, from Facebook, from my daughter. Okay, so I guess it doesn't show me that on here. So I'm doing multiple platforms this morning. And so just kind of learning. I guess it's changes. Hey, smoke Bear. No. He's trying to talk. So the other dogs that we have are God, he's gonna kill me for not remembering the name of this. They're bully pits, right? But they're the short ones. They got great big heads, and they got great big. What are they called? I told them to be quiet, but they're bullies. Just bullies? I thought they were some certain kind of. Smokes like they're American bullies. American bullies. Okay. We have American bullies. And so, beautiful, beautiful dogs. So that's who Dee Dee wrestles with when we get home. And it's so funny. But that's her pack. My other daughter, my oldest daughter, has an American pit bull, like a regular one. And then my middle daughter has a gigantic golden retriever puppy, but he's a puppy, but his body is huge, right? It's one of them dogs. Beautiful dog, though. He's purebred also. So we're a family that apparently loves dogs. So we got them. And we got kitties too, Dar, by the way. That's for Dar. We have some really pretty kitties. I don't know where they're at. But it's a good time. We have a huge family. Speaking of huge family, now that there's more people in here, I'm going to announce what I learned. So when I get home yesterday, Friday. I got home Friday. My baby, who lives in this house, right? Her and her husband, I passed the house on to them. I have already told you that my oldest daughter and my middle daughter are pregnant at the same time right now. So I have 2 more grandkids coming. I was just informed on Friday that the baby and her husband are expecting their first child. 3 grandbabies. They're what? My oldest daughter and my middle daughter are 8 weeks apart. Okay. This baby's going to happen. And then 8 weeks later, that baby's going to happen. This is brand new pregnancy, so we're not sure yet. And so we're going to have another brand new baby. So it's going to be newborn baby city around here, you guys. So I'm very happy about that. Like we're just being blessed like crazy. Everybody's chit-chatting with each other. Wheelburner, you're working today, I see. I'm not going to put that on the screen. They're talking about dangling participles, okay? Umberto is in the house. He says, hi, Shannon. How are you? Seeing your shorts. Nice you're enjoying your home time. Yes. Yeah, it's good. And I think it'll be fun for you guys to watch just because. And I have more footage, but I'm going to make it into a video and post it because of our day, right? Like, so my oldest daughter and her husband were there with us. My middle daughter and her husband, it was his birthday. So we were celebrating that. And then it was me and my baby girl and her husband. So it was all of us that went. And then we took my granddaughter and her cousin. They're about 8 years old, right? So they were tagging along with us too. So there's a little bit of footage of all that and everybody. So, but I'm going to put it together in a video for you guys if you feel like watching something like that. Yeah, babies. So right now I have 6 children. This is including my son-in-laws, right? And okay, my oldest has 4, including the new baby. My middle daughter has 2, including the new baby. That's 6. And so this one, the baby's first baby is going to be number 7. So I have 7 grandchildren. Whew. Not bad for a single mommy. Yeah. Thanks, Umberto. Everybody's saying hi to Umberto and to Wheelburner. And Bill says, congratulations. Thank you. Like that's, we're all kind of, you get leery about the world, right? We're having new children in this new world, and what are they going to have to look forward to in 10 years? And right, we've had those conversations and all of that, but we never know what the future holds, especially now. We're just going to do our best, right? My girls are very strong, independent, brilliant, and very good moms. And I struggled a lot to raise them and be a good mom and work multiple jobs and all that stuff. And I tried my best to raise them in church and with good people in their surroundings, and as best as I could do to surround them with families that were not broken and all that, right? And I'm just, it's a blessing to my heart because it's like I'm seeing this is the fruit of the tree, right? The fruit and is the healthiness, they love God, like they're very smart. They're everything I am and more. And that to me is like beautiful fruit of my life, of all that I went through and all of that. So don't get me all emotional. So I'm just like, I'm glowing. Like I'm so feeling so blessed. Like I've been having such a fantastic year of blessings, and it just gives me way more to be happy about. Right? Yeah. So I'm glad to share that with you. Please be happy for us. Like, and we do live in a very oppressed city, but we're making the best out of it. And everybody's tough. My girls are tough. And I'm just very grateful. So I don't know what else I can say about that. But cheers to that. Okay, we're celebrating life. That's the thing. Like I'm just taking time off of my trucking to celebrate life, and I'm just the blessing. So when I got that news, like I'm just like, whew, I feel like the sun is shining on me like crazy. So cheers to that. Okay. Rick Pig is in the house. Wheelburner is on the road rolling. Okay. Wheelburner, be safe out there. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you got some coffee while you're rolling to enjoy this live cast with me. Rigpick says trifecta and congrats. Yeah. 7. Oh my gosh. I'm only 50 years old and I have 7. So, let me go back one step. So we found out that the oldest one was having a boy. We found out that my middle one was having a girl. Now we have had 3 boys in a row. Now we're having a girl. And now the baby who is pregnant, it's brand new early information, so we don't know what she's having yet. So who knows? We might do a bet. Like, maybe I'll get you guys, we'll get in a pool and we'll bet on what she's going to have, because this kind of thing doesn't come up around too often. So I'm always up for betting on stuff. I don't know. It's probably not a good habit. Kelly Patterson says 3 kids pregnant at the same time. Watch all 3 have triplets. Wouldn't that be something? But they're not. So we already know that the oldest one's having a boy, the middle one's having a girl, and then, my youngest it's her first child. So I don't know if I'm team girl or team boy on that one. I keep wanting grandsons. I don't know what it is about me. Funny story is that when I was married and we were we were having our children, like, my husband wanted all girls, and I wanted all boys. I wanted all boys because I know what I put my mother through, and I didn't want to go through that. So I wanted boys, and I wanted to do the boy stuff, like the sports and all that stuff, right? I just had that envision in my mind. Well, I never got any boys. And so now that my daughters are married and they're having their children, like, I got boy, boy, boy. I was like, yes. So to me, my prayer still got answered, but later in life, right? So I was thrilled about that. Now my middle daughter's pregnant with the second child, and we find out that's a girl. So she's our first girl in the string of boys. So I got my 3 boys that I always wanted, and now we're having a girl, and now we don't know what the next one is. So it's just kind of funny how the universe works out like that. So as long as, you always say as long as they're healthy, but even if one's not, even if some are not, either way, we're going to be good. But I have strong genes, good genes. So I think we're fine there. And God never gives you what you can't handle, right? With his help. That's important to add to that statement, because people mess it up all the time. Chicken Hawk says, put it on the screen, Shannon. Put what on the screen? Put what on the screen, Chickie? Sterling says, puppies, trucking, and baby making. Shannon, your channel has it all. I know, right? Like, this is so much variety and spontaneity and joy. Like, that's what I got to bring you guys. Good stuff. Stepped into trucking says, Wheelburner, be safe. Umberto says, you're going to have a lot of work at home, also taking care of the babies. Well, so this brings another thing to light, right? It's like, wow, right in the middle of me increasing my business and ramping up and all the things, that is happening to my business. I'm like, so my middle daughter actually says, Mom, you're going to have to get off the road because we need a babysitter. I'm like, I said, that's your problem, not mine. I'm running a business. Like, this business is to take care of everybody. So I have to stay in position. Okay. That's my thought on that. I have no intentions of coming off the road, at least not for the next couple of years. I'm on a mission. I'm moving forward in my business plan. That is not going to change just because these little stinkers decided to, multiply. I have to leave them to their own demise at times. And I'm not saying it's going to be demise because they're going to handle it. They're going to have to. But when you have kids, you can't just give them everything, and you can't pamper them all the time. You got to kick their butts out there and say, figure it out. And you have consequences for your decisions. And I've always taught my kids that. And God, they've watched me go through consequences of my decisions, right? So they're aware. They're not single parents. They are all happily married, right? And they're doing what young 20-year-old marrieds do. They're having babies, and they're in that natural piece of life. So what I've been able to try to help them understand now is how to look at their numbers, right? And how things are going to change, and get their budgets under control, lower their overhead, right? Because we're facing a whole different world now, and there's so many issues with trying to think about daycare and figure out if you're going to let somebody else raise your kids while you go to work, and all this, that, and the other. So there's a lot of decisions to be made there. So what I do is I sit down with them and we talk about those issues and be like, okay, you have to live your life like there's a high probability that one of you is not going to be able to work. And because of our spiritual beliefs and our culture that we have in our little family, parenting is, we all agree, parenting is very, very important because we look at what's happened. And obviously my girls are grown up missing me a lot because I was the single parent and I had to work so much just to keep the roof over our head, which took me away from them a lot. So they've learned from that, right? From growing up. So there is that aspect of it. So I'm making sure to have these conversations as their family grows, making them sit down and think about their finances, making them write stuff down, like think about it. Like my kids don't always do what I say, but they try stuff, they get burned on their butt, and they're like, all right, mom was right. Yeah. Okay. But I bring awareness to the table saying, okay, the right way to live your life is one of you has to make the income that pays the bills. The other one can work part-time, especially having young children, right? So now is the time where you have to understand that if you can adjust your full-time job to be a parent, you're going to have to either consider finding something else or figure out if you need to work, if he can fully support you and the family, and what all of that stuff entails, right? Getting it in their head to think about it, because this is reality. And so I've taught them, this is funny, I've taught them the method that Jeff has taught me about running my business, about doing a cost per day, right? So we sat down, we went over their budgets, we did cost per day, so they can understand that if both of you loses your jobs tomorrow, this is how much your life costs every day. And so this is worst case scenario. This is what you're going to have to come up with to maintain what you have, and don't go out and buy anything else extra, right? So that's what I can do to help my kids, because I can't be physically present to be the grandma babysitter, because I'm not. I'm a very fast mover and shaker, I think. And we want generational wealth. And so I'm on the battlefield doing that, because it has to be done, because they're young and they're married, and they've chosen that way of life for themselves right now. And the babies are coming, right? So I'm the one that is free from any bondage, so that I can go out and tackle this dream, right? So that I can bring it home, and then we can all continue to build it in a much more comfortable work-life balance environment. That's what I got going on. So we're all on the same page with that. And so they make jokes about me coming home and coming off the road and retiring. Like my daughter's like, you need to retire. I'm like, well, I hadn't planned on retiring for a little while yet, and we're not there yet. So you need to either slow down on your children having, or you better figure out what you're going to do. And that means attacking your finances, right? You're going to have to start thinking different and living different than you have. So I feel like that's a valuable contribution that I could give them as a parent, and then leave them to battle it, the rest of it out, right? And coach them along the way. Wheel Burner says, thanks, Chris. I'm really glad to see you up and around. I hope you heal up quickly. Yeah, Chris, you had your surgery already? If you did, how's it going? Give us an update. You can come in and talk about it. I'm on StreamYard. If anybody wants to come in, I'll throw up the link. We can have some more conversation about whatever you want. Everybody's saying hi. Come on when it says get the babies FMCSA rulebook. We're going to need new drivers. That's what I'm saying. So secretly I was happy about the grandsons because I'm like, oh yeah, I got drivers, right? In the future. But hey, the girls can be drivers too, right? So I have a granddaughter. So she's my oldest daughter's husband's daughter, right? So when they got married, he had her already. So he's got full custody of her. They have full custody of her. And she's my baby girl. So she's been the only girl in the family. And every time that we found out that we were having a boy, that poor little girl would cry. She wanted a little sister so bad. And so now she's getting a little girl cousin. So she's happy, but she's about to turn 8 years old. And she's my girl. And you will see more of her. She's the one that actually, if you guys watched it, did the little Christmas presentation for all the truckers. And we did that video. That's my girl. But she's turning 8 like next week. So far she's been holding the line. So will she be a trucker? We don't know. But I'm going to be able to take her out on the truck. And I'm real soon. So I'm really excited about that. All of them they're old enough for school are homeschooled. And that's the plans for the future. We will continue to homeschool them. And it's not because we're like freaky religious or whatever. It's because it's the best choice they have. Like where we live, like there's hardly any schools here anyway. And then the ones that are here are teaching so much, you know what? You guys know what I mean. Rick Pick says, I got 7 grand so far from 2 boys. Awesome. See, they're creating generations. And that's really the magnitude of it. Like when you have children, like you understand you are the grandfather of generations. You are the grandmother of generations of people, right? So when you look at it like that, like it's a great responsibility that you be your best, and then you teach your children to be their best and to teach those kids to be their best, right? It's your responsibility as a grandparent. It's true. You can't get out of it. Wheelburner says, we have 5 daughters and not a single grandchild yet. I tried to talk to Dar into going downstairs and poking holes in the son-in-law's condoms, but she wouldn't do it. You know what, Wheelburner? Everything happens on time and when it's supposed to. And, I think your kids are very ambitious as well and intelligent and all of that. Like they have their plans. Like I'm sure when the time is right, you're going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, right? You're going to get rained on with baby. So don't worry. It's coming. Sterling saying hi to Umberto. Bill says, haha, Wheelburner, dang. Yeah, Grandpa Wheelburner, soon, I hope. Yeah, I feel like when it starts to happen, it's gonna happen. Because all your kids, at least maybe the ones that are closest, will want to have kids to grow up together, right? Cousins, lots of cousins, which has always been a cool thing. I remember growing up, I was an only child, but I had cousins that were around my age. So I'm sorry for Dee Dee. Like she's going bananas. She's probably barking at the cat in there. But it was always good memories of growing up with family that was your age. So it just tends to happen like that. So I bet that's what'll happen with Wheelburner's family. Like, as soon as the first one comes, get ready, Grandpa. Everybody's saying hi. Sterling says, I hope that coffee is good. We got it in Key West. It is delicious. It is very delicious. So thank you for that. I was so excited to try it this morning, and it is very good. Yoko Ono says, congrats. Thank you, Yoko. I appreciate you guys. You know, you're always very I know I'm positive, but it's a good time for me to do this because you guys are always supportive and encouraging and positive to me too. So I thank every single one of you for that. Nomadic Brit is in the house. Good morning, Nomadic Brit. He says, finally heading home after 3 months. An objective met. Now some time off. Brother, you deserve it. Congratulations, man. That was a mountain to climb, and you did that stuff without looking back. I'm so proud of you. Come on, what it says, the man decides the sex of the baby, I think, whether it's X or Y chromosome or something. If the youngest husband is awesome, it's a girl, I bet. Oh, he's very awesome. My daughters have chosen very awesome. My son-in-laws, I love them to death. Like, I'm very grateful and relieved and all of that stuff that they had good choices in their spouses. So I'm very proud of all my kids. I'm proud to have them as sons. Like, it's great. And if you watch the short where we were go-karting, like, you'll be able to see my 3 sons there. All strapping young men, fine young men. So we had a really good time together. Come on, what is that? If he's basic, then it's a boy. No, none of them are basic. I always heard that, this is going to be silly, but I always heard, like, there was a wives' tale, like, it's the position of at the time of conception. I don't know if that's true or not. Well, I don't want to think about that, right? Dan Rummel is in the house saying slurp, enjoying some coffee with me this morning. Thank you, Dan. Dan has known my children since they were very tiny, when I was going through the worst part of my life and beginning my single motherhood and all of that. So he enjoyed seeing me hang out with my girls and seeing how big they are, you know, because he knew them when they were just little stinkers. Come on, when it says, good job, Britt. Enjoy, brother. You earned it. You're darn right he has. Man, I wish I could accomplish that, you know, but dry van does not provide that kind of situation. But it just takes me longer, right? It's not to say I won't. I just got to move different, and it's going to take me longer. One day, though, we will reach our goals. Rig Pig says that's false. Come on. Talking about the babies. The male determines it. HEM Farms is in the house. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Come on, what it says. I'm sure. Cheap Freight Hauler says, is that how it works? Come on, I have 2 girls, so I guess I'm awesome. Bill says, yep, that's how it works. Nomadic Brit says, come on, I appreciate you, sir. Sterling says, FYI, you can strap many child seats in an international. No, I don't want them. You know, I don't want to take them in the truck until they're like 7, 8 years old. Right. I just think, and then it depends on their maturity level, right? Because I don't want, my younger ones are like, they get bored and they're just like, I want to go home. I want my mom. I don't want none of that going on. Like at 7, 8 years old, they're excited about getting out the house and seeing different stuff. So I think that's the good age. Dan says, these little stinkers decided to multiply. Yeah, and they're not playing, are they? 6 Semper Tyrannus is in the house. He says, Shannon is the family safety officer. You ain't lying. I am the I'm the queen around here. Like it is important to me to pass on all of the hard lessons I've learned to my kids, so I don't ever watch them make the same mistakes that I made. At least the big ones, right? They still do some dumb stuff here and there, but it's their age and that's where they're at in life. So, but But again, when that happens, I don't bail them out. I let them battle it out because that's what makes them stronger. I had to do it. And it had a great part in my character and who I am today. So I think it's a great thing. My name is Nobody is in the house. Says, good morning, everyone. 6 says, ER safety manager. Yeah, hence the reason I have to continue what I'm doing, because there has to be this grand support of the entire family. I'm not trying to say I can't fix everything, but I want to be able to help if I can, and I would like to see us all build this thing together someday where it supports all of us and we all go to work for it. Dee Dee, shut up. Sterling says, I'm glad you're getting some time off, Britt. Travel, avoid trucking. Yeah, I hope you enjoy your brand new car, Britt. I'm sure you will. Nomadic Britt says, Sterling, I have made my medical renewal and taking the Rocket out as if I haven't driven that for 3 months. Great. That sounds like a great, great time. I wish you'd do some videos out your new car, Britt. That'd be cool. Dan Rumble says, by coincidence, I watched a video related to this topic earlier today. Okay. And there's the link. I'll have to check it out later. Gasman is in the house saying, hey, Shannon. Hey, Gasman, what's up? Hit the like if you haven't already. Anybody that's coming in later. Cheap Freight Hauler says, Shannon, once you are in a more stable position, put the grandkids on payroll and let them some investments accounts. Oh, I'm fully on top of that, sir. That's all. That's in the guts of all of this, right? I've been studying. I know exactly what I'm building. Just because I don't put it all out here, but yes, sir, I know exactly how we're building our estate. I know exactly what's involved. I know exactly the goals I have to reach to get those things in place. I am absolutely 100% fluid in all of that stuff. Like, don't worry about me there. 6 says, trucking has busted up a whole lot of families too, just being honest. Well, and I think right now, like if I was trying to maintain a marriage or a relationship to somebody, right, it would already be over. I mean, I started trucking with a long-term relationship that I was in, and it is over. And now that I'm by myself and I'm focused on what I'm doing and I can do all of that without that distraction in life and not having to worry about maintaining that type of relationship, I'm actually grateful that I don't have to worry about that, because so much energy has to be put into what I'm building for my family. I think that right now, just where I'm at, just where I'm mentally at, just where I'm emotionally at, after coming off of healing from that breakup, I was with that person for 6 years. And and we found trucking, and it was ultimately our demise, right? So I continued to move forward in what our original plans was, which I'm still doing and I'm being successful at. So I'm staying on course. It's all part of the big picture, and that's okay. Sometimes you lose partners that aren't there. They're not going to make it for the long journey, right? I'm staying consistent. That's my decision. And I can't imagine trying to begin a new relationship right now with everything that I've got going on. And I'm okay with that. I'm totally okay with that. So yeah, that's some inside information for you guys. CB says, yep, you go trucking and they move on. Yeah, that's okay. I mean, if anybody was going to make it with me anyways, they'd have to be on the same page, and they have to be strong, and they have to be in it for the long haul, and they have to be business minded, and they have, I'm not an easy ticket. Like I'd have all of these things. Like I have to have somebody that can run with me, right? And that's not easy for somebody like me. So, and I'm okay with myself. I'm okay with all that. I'll make you uncomfortable is in the house. Good morning, Robin. Chicken Hawk says, I was a homely child too, Shannon. Lucky Lady Slots is in the house. Good morning from Dallas. All right. I bet it's hot out there, Lucky Lady Slots, right? Come on, what it says. As a child, we tied a pork chop around Chicken Hawk's neck so the dogs would play with him. He agrees. He agrees. CB says, a baby was the furthest thing from my mind when my daughter was conceived. Yeah, sometimes that happens, right? And it's the most profound thing that changes your entire life. Your life is no longer about you, you know? Whale Burner says, yeah, CB, there's nothing like having 8 minutes of fun and then 18 years of responsibility. 18 years. You get off early with 18 years. I don't know. Mine passed 18 and it hasn't stopped, right? Because then they have kids, right? When the grandkids come, now you're like, oh, geez, I thought we were out of the weeds. Starts all over again, but it's just in a different capacity, which is a beautiful thing. You know, it's different. It's a different level. CB says, it don't stop at 18, right? All right. I'll let you know if it ever stops. Sterling says, I hope you kids all have a good day. Time to roll out and dodge people sleeping on the moist streets of Portland. Oh, awesome. I bet you'll do a video on that to give us a visual, right, Sterling? Umberto says, I did already. When I did see your live, I hit the like. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Hit the like if you haven't. Anybody in here? Shows I got 18 people watching, so we lost a few. 19. Wilberta says, CB, it never stops. My oldest is 31 and my youngest is 21. Yeah, you know Wilburner. Wilburner has an amazing family too. Rig Pig, that's a pain I hope never stops. I'll always be good if my kids need me, just saying. Right. And that's important to me, like I want to. Because there was so many years that I was raising them and I couldn't provide a lot of things. I needed help. So that's kind of part of my drive. Like, we're going to achieve generational wealth if it kills me. No, she doesn't need to pee, Robin. She's just being an a-hole because she wants to be out here in the mix of things because the other dogs are out here and CJ's out here and I'm out here. She hears me talking to you. Like, she just can't. Like, she'll ruin this whole stream. She just needs to chill out. She had breakfast. She's all right. Chicken Ox says, Shannon, there is something very attractive about a woman that comes into town for 2 days of wild sex and then leaves. Kind of my dream girl, if you ask me. Well, I don't partake in any kind of business like that, Chicken Hawk, but I can understand that you know, that's a low maintenance relationship, right? I'm not that kind of person. Umberto says, that's why I told you, Shannon, you're going to have a lot of work on that house taking care of the babies. No, they're going to have a lot of work taking care of their children. My level of taking care of this family is on the business level. So, which is where I need to, you know, stay at. But I will enjoy them. I will enjoy the growth of this family. Like, I will come home as much as I can now that I'm in a better working situation with a better business partner. Like, I have more freedom to be a human being with my family, which is worth more than anything to me, right? Kitty Craze with Dar says, haha, chicken hawk. And good morning, Shannon. Dar, I was talking to you earlier. I have kitties, which I think I've sent you a couple pictures of my kitties. We were talking about the dogs, and I was talking about the kitties. Dar saying good morning to everybody in here. And come on, what it says, Chicken Hawk hoping for Tinder and Uber to merge. You know what? That might be $1 billion idea. Just saying. It's not, I don't think it's morally fantastic, but you know, a moneymaker? Sure thing. Sure thing. You might want to think about something like that. Come on with it. I don't know. What would that be like? We got Uber Freight. You could have Uber Date. Right? Yeah. That's hilarious. This is how great ideas happen. I'm just saying. I'm just saying dating, not any promiscuous activity. I'm just saying date, like Uber Date, Uber Freight, Uber Eats. Why not Uber? Why not? We got groceries. We can have our groceries delivered. You could dial up I think that's actually existed forever, right? In the classified ads or something like that. I've seen some YouTube ads with the ladies advertising themselves. I'm sure all you guys have seen those too. Come on, when it says hello, is this the Uber Date refund department? Yeah, I don't like this one. I mean, there's something there. I'm a business person. Like, there's something there. Just saying. Dar has the greatest idea. The date that can deliver the groceries. That's called the full meal deal, right? There you go. We have a lot of entrepreneurial mindsets in this room. Yeah, so I hope everything's going great with you guys. It feels like and looks like we're getting a little bit of relief. It's still questionable in my mind because I've heard, some fuel prices have gone up, some rates have gone up, right? So are we going like this, or is it still maintaining like this? So it's yet to be seen. I've really been working hard at perfecting my craft and providing the best services to my brokers, who are my customers in my mind, right? Doing very professional little things just to stand out. I was very proud of an email that I got from my broker this week that I actually got a compliment saying that I'm the best communicator out of all of their carriers that they deal with. I put that on my Instagram page, which is Shannon Thomas Trucking on Instagram. And I highlighted that email and blocked out some other words that was in regards to the load. But I was very proud of that, so I posted it. I was very proud of that because it's a very large broker that I work very tightly with. So for them to say that about me, I took that one for myself. We're talking about spray cans or Cool Whip. Oh my goodness. CB has a great idea. He says, I think a carnivore food truck at all truck stops would make $1 billion. I do too. Even a keto, right? Oh my gosh. How about just a truck with fresh Whole Foods? A Whole Foods truck. God, I would pay for good food to be right there. But I currently use Instacart, and I have them go to Aldi's. So that's where I get a lot of my healthy choices. Oh, let's go back to the food thing. So now that I'm home, I had ordered an Apicool, which is a cooler type fridge freezer thing. It's here. So now I have that. So my plans next week is to fill it up with groceries. I've also decided that I'm going to move Dee Dee to that all natural diet for dogs. Our dogs here are on that and they're thriving. They only eat once a day and they don't drink all the water that they used to when they were eating the dog food. They never had dog food, did they? Dee Dee does. Smokey did. Okay. So it's great. I've been waiting for Dee Dee. It's obviously easy for me to feed Dee Dee dog food on the truck, but she just doesn't like it. And then, of course, my research is taking me farther and farther into the creation of food and the ingredients, right? So as I've been studying what's good for me, I'm learning about these oils and these things and these. So if it's not good for us, it's not good for the animals. Also taking into consideration some of the information that Snorlord has shared about what his animals are going through, and he's had discussion on it. So it's really gotten me thinking about it. And I think that also the cost analysis, right? I had to do the cost analysis of it. I really think that Dee Dee's going to do better, and it's going to be cheaper on me to feed her. Oh, you want to see Smokey? He's right here. Here's Smokey.
Yeah, hi, Smoke. Did you say hi to the people on YouTube?
This is Smokey. He's a bully pig. He's absolutely gorgeous. There you go. That was a treat. So he loves me. And so Dee Dee's going crazy there. And so yeah, I think now that I have that extra storage space, it's going to be easier for me to just order groceries, Whole Foods, and then Dee Dee will have a whole food diet. So she'll be eating raw meat. What do you put in there? Veggies? What are the ingredients basically?
Mixed vegetables, eggs, pumpkins, broth, beef, chicken, bone.
Okay, hold on. Mixed vegetables, broth, beef, eggs, pumpkin,
salmon oil.
Salmon oil?
Yep.
Okay.
Beef liver.
Chicken leg quarter.
And chicken paw.
And chicken what? A chicken paw?
Chicken paw.
The foot. There's like a chicken foot in every bowl. Yeah, so that's the ingredients of it. It's got all the goodies in there, so they're getting all the natural nutrients, right? That they should naturally be eating as dogs. And sardines. Super healthy. It sounds gross, but the truth is, it's a very nutritious natural meal, and we could even eat it if we had to. And Dee Dee's I've just been watching her and learning, like, there is she does not like the dog food. And so there's reason for that, right? And I've been spending like the good money on the good food for her, the healthiest food I could find. But honestly, the more I'm learning about our food, the dog food it's just the same risk for the dogs. So that's the plan. I'm going to use that Epicool. I'm going to look it over today and figure out how it works. And then we're going to have a nice amount of storage and be able to order all the groceries to the truck that will feed me and her. You guys are having some funny conversations with Chicken Hawk. See, that's what he brings to the chat. Thank you, Chicken Hawk. Wheel Burner has an announcement. I have converted this week to mainly carnivore diet. I'm going to see how this goes. Good. Yeah, let us know. Keep us up to date on that on your channel, Wheel Burner, because I know a lot of people are trying to figure out which way to go and whatever. What I'm going to tell you that's very, very important if you're going to go that route is that you need to find the source for your meat. If you want a recommendation, I will recommend you where I get mine is butcherbox.com.
It's grass fed.
Yeah, it's grass fed. It comes straight from the farmers to your house. It's grass fed, grass finished beef, pork, Alaskan wild caught salmon, like what kind of salmon is it? Sockeye salmon. They have lamb also. Very easy source to get the right meat, the most nutritional meat, because I've been doing a meat deep dive study too. Like, you are going to eat whatever that animal ate. And if they are fed off corns or grains, you're going to get those lectins from that meat, and you're going to, it's going to mess with your hormones. We were not meant to eat corn and grains and all of that. So That's a whole nother topic. Do your own research, but easy to get all your meat would be right from the farm. That's a great source, butcherbox.com. I'm not affiliated with them. I don't get paid to promote them. I'm telling you, that's what I do. And then the difference in the meat quality is so profound. Like, you're going to crap your pants. Like, it's great. It's a little bit extra, but we're going to have to pay extra for the right stuff, right? So that's my recommendation. If you are going carnivore, like, you're going to spend some money and get the good meat, you'll be 100 times healthier if you do that. Umberto, the trucking guy, says, in Texas, I was waiting to get unloaded, and this van comes and asked me if I want to buy food. I told him no, because I just think was old, but I Googled them and good reviews, so I went out and buy. Oh, okay. You know, my favorite thing was, before I was on my health kick, was, you know, when my significant other and I that I spoke about, we were together coming out of trucking school, and we started driving team down in Texas. The guys in the Pilot parking lot used to come up and sell like homemade tamales, like fresh made tamales. Oh my God. We enjoyed them. Let me just say, we put on 40 pounds too, but I used to bring them home for the family. Like, that was so awesome. They're delicious. Robin says, my neighbor makes dog food. Okay. Kitty Crazed with Dar says, great ingredients. Love the chicken foot. Yeah. It kind of freaked me out when I looked at it. I was like, what is that? A chicken foot? Yeah. They eat chicken feet, claws on it and all. It looks crazy. Wheelburner says, damn, the dogs are eating better than we are. Yeah, they're very taken care of here. We love our dogs. Like, we're just those people. So CB says, these antelope by the rest area are going to F around and find out how much I enjoy being a carnivore. Kitty Crazy Dar says, all things great for the dog. Robin says, you'd eat chicken feet? I mean, if I had to. Apparently they're nutritious, right? So just know that when crap hits the fan, and we have to make every good use of the chickens that we might have, they're nutritious. Kitty Curious with Dar agrees with me. She says it's true. There you go. You can't argue with two women that agree. Okay. Come on, when it says you shepherd mix looks a lot like my dog did, Dar. He's awesome. Chicken Hawk says chicken feet. Dar says, oh, she's awesome except for her whining. Yeah, you can hear Dee Dee. Dee Dee's a whiner when she's here. She wants to be with the other dogs 100% of the time. So when it's separation time, like she makes this annoying whine, which you can hear in the background. It drives us all crazy. But she just wants to be with them like playing with them 100% of the time. Come on, when it says mine barked a lot, but that was her only fault. Yeah, Dee Dee's a very vocal dog. Robin says, I'm going to start identifying as a woman. Oh, here you go. Check this out, you guys. This is what it looks like. You can see
chicken leg, quarter beef.
There's a quarter, there's the beef, there's some egg. Is that eggshell?
Yep. So
he just mashes up the whole egg in there. Ground beef. Oh, the chicken foot. Let's look at the chicken foot. Can you see that chicken foot down there? Am I getting it? It's right there. Yeah. Some greens in there and everything.
Yeah. What is it?
spinach.
Chopped spinach.
Chicken Hawk says Shannon Wheelburner knows exactly where his meat is. That's funny. I'm glad that there's man love going on. Because I know it's hetero. It's okay. It's brotherly love, right? Rick Pick says, my word, how often do they get fed? Once a day.
Once a day.
That's all they require when they're eating whole foods, which is what I always tell you guys.
Feed them more, and they'll get obese.
If you feed them more, they'll get obese. Okay, so
you gotta feed them in moderation due to their weight.
So he said you got to feed them in moderation due to their weight. Okay, this is the same process that we are supposed to be eating by, naturally, right? This is natural. So that's the thing.
The meat has to be frozen for 2 weeks to kill all parasites.
Oh, does it? Okay, so he said the meat has to be frozen for 2 weeks to kill all parasites. And so then you pull it out the night before, son, right?
Yep.
To unthaw it? Okay.
And it's ready for them in the morning.
And it's ready for them when it's unthawed, right? As soon as it's unthawed? Okay. So he pre-packs their meals and puts them in the freezer, so it's all good to go.
Which
and
takes 3 hours.
Which takes 3 hours, he says. And so then pulls it out the night before for the next day. They eat once a day, and they literally, these dogs are not hungry the rest of the day, no matter how much they play, like whatever. And he noticed also that they drink less water, so they stay more hydrated versus eating the dog food. And I will tell you, Dee Dee drinks a ton of water, and at this point I'm deducing that it's because of the dog food. So that means there's crap in the dog food. So this is a lot of what I've been observing, where I'm deciding to put her to the natural diet as well, because I'm trying to put myself on the natural diet as well, right? So I've been working on this very deeply, and just realizing that getting back to our natural way of eating, what we're naturally designed to do, because we've gotten so far off track with the way that the world taught us was good. It's not. If you guys have some time and want to get into study, like, watch Stephen Gundry's channel. You'll probably learn the most. It's between him and Dr. Eric Berg.
And it's pretty cheap. It's only well, when she gets a little bigger, about like his age, it's only $250 for all 3 of them
Per month?
Yep.
Okay, so he just said that they're spending $250 a month for 3 dogs. 3 large dogs.
And they're all going to be like 80 pounds. So.
Yeah, and that's not any
Pretty good
more
for the
than
buck.
I'm spending on Dee Dee's dog food to get a premium, so-called premium dog food, right? But she doesn't like it. Like, I know, like, it's almost sad when she eats, because she doesn't want to eat it, but she'll eat it because she's hungry. Fate Trucking is in the house. Good morning, Fate. Thanks for coming on in, saying boom. Oh, he didn't say boom, but Bill said boom for you. Here you go. So we're talking about natural dog food, natural diet for dogs. Bill wants to know how Fate's meat is. But yeah, so that's the plan. So I'm going to use this Apicool in the truck. I'm going to be able to get more fresh produce for myself so I can feed myself better. And I'm going to incorporate the freezer section of it to get Dee Dee on the program. So it is going to take some meal prep. I think you have to weigh some of it out, right? And all that, but I need to do the same thing for myself. So I'm imagining at this point that we can incorporate all of this, right? So I'll pre-pack meals for both of us, and we'll store them, right? All whole foods. That's kind of where I'm headed with all that. The Apicool I got is, I think it's like a 44 cubic inch or 47 cubic inch size, and so there's quite a bit of room in it. So I think I have the storage space for all the groceries that I need now. That plus the truck refrigerator. Rick Pig says, thank you, Shannon, and chat. Gotta go. Okay, thanks, Rick Pig. Thanks for hanging out. I'm like, yeah, his little icon up there. Appreciate you, Rick Pig. Appreciate your support. So, yeah, so we talked about tax changes. We talked about dogs going on a whole food diet. Remember, check with your accountant. check out the link to Carlton Dennis's video about it that I posted on my community chat in this morning. I'm not talking about F8's meat. But anyways, that's morning coffee. Let's kick off a new week with a happy heart, with a smile. Be the best version of yourself this week. Keep trying every week. So I want to encourage you, like, find one more thing to improve about yourself this week. Do it for 7 days. It creates a good habit. You get better. Everybody benefits from it. And that is a tried and true practice, by the way. This trucking life is going to Walmart this week, by the way, guys. He's going to be putting some stuff up about that journey on his channel. He's decided to leave the owner-operator life, and he's going company with Walmart. He was with FedEx just recently, so he's leaving FedEx and going there. So that's kind of exciting. If I can talk Snorlord into it, we want to do a go live together about finding your lanes in trucking, and that will be a good conversation. I know we just been busy, haven't been able to get on the same page. Fate Trucking says, remember, dogs evolved from gray wolves, natural diet meat. Right, Fate. So I'm on that tip now, right? Because this is how my son feeds these dogs here. And, you know, I've been stirring around about Dee Dee, so I think it's only fair that if I'm working so hard on my natural diet, that I should be taking care of her the same way too. So that's coming up the pike here. So you guys will be seeing some info on that. And how that's going. And so what else is going on? I got my good rest at home. I'm going to enjoy the rest of the day doing maybe some gardening. We're finishing up getting the garden planted. So I encourage you guys to do that too. If you got some time, if you can run home and plant some food on the ground, it's time. Go do it. Get it done. It doesn't take long. We got a great garden started. We started it last weekend, 2 weeks ago when I was home. And now it's just about finished, just because everybody's so busy working. So it's just been done in little spurts, but you can do it. Plant some food in the ground, even if it's a little bit. I think it's important that we all understand and have whole foods and natural foods and know how to plant them. So if you haven't gardened anything in a while, if you haven't planted anything in a while, like, get back into practice. It does good for your soul too. It's a very peaceful thing in life to touch the earth and get connected with it and grow some food. Steve ND86 is in the house. Hey Steve, thanks for coming in. He says that fridge is another good investment for your business. Exactly. But now I know, right? Now I know that I don't get 100% of the write-off. I only get 80% of the write-off. I don't even know if that's considered as equipment, but we're going to see what my accountant says. But those of you that are buying trucks, I thought of that. I was like, man, if somebody's going to buy a truck and try to write it off 100%, or a hood truck, right? Some of these companies buy hood trucks for marketing purposes and write it 100% off. That no longer is going to happen. It's 80% this year. Next year, it's going to get less and less every year. So if you're thinking about buying that big hood truck for marketing purposes, for advertising your business and putting it at the shows, this year is going to be the best year you got to do that and get the most value for the write-off off of it. So the video is Carlton Dennis channel. It's posted on my community page. Check it out. We had a good talk about natural food today. So that's great. But I hope that we all have a great week this next week. Things are still, hopefully things are getting a little bit better. Everybody's feeling a little bit more lifted up, a little bit relief financially. It's all about really, really getting down to your numbers. And so if you've been fighting that mentally, like, I think at this point, everything's getting so competitive. Your service matters, knowing your numbers matters, getting into your business, like living, breathing it, eating it, sleeping it, whatever. If you're very serious about having your business and making it survive through these tumultuous times, we got a lot of political stuff going on. You guys know that. We're dealing with all of this, trying to figure out what it means for our future as business owners, for our families. Like, dig in, bite down, and hang on tight because you guys are all tough guys. You all are all very smart, knowledgeable. You've hung in here this long. You can do it. So I just want to encourage you, like, and if not, ask questions. Not so much to me, but I'm here for you if you want to ask questions. But we all know that we're all in here and we can all pretty much talk to each other and get some help. So, and if not, I'm going to point you to DIY's channel. He knows his business, and Trucker Education Network. Of course, my mentor and my business partner, Jeffrey Lake, knows the business. And those are two guys that if you have any questions or some of this tech stuff, you might want to put in a scenario situation, like those are two guys that you can get in contact with and talk to them about it, because I would go to them about tax stuff, right? But also my tax professional. So I just wanted to bring some awareness to those changes because that really, really affects trucking. Like affects our trucking businesses. So your meals are no longer 100% write-off. That is huge. I mean, it's only 50%. If you're smart, that's going to cause you to understand that now you have to strategically tax plan. Okay? You do. And make sure that you have an accounting professional that understands how to do that, especially with the trucking business. That's what my encouragement is for the week. Fate says, forget the garden, learn how to fish and teach a man how to fish. You know what? No, I agree with that, Fate. Absolutely. We can't leave out fishing, right? Fish is some of the best food that you can get. I used to love to fish, and I still would like to go fishing, but it's weird. Like when I was 12 years old, I was gutting fish, I was scaling fish, I was filleting fish for my parents and stuff like that. And then as I got older, I was like, ew, I don't want to touch the worms. I don't want the guts. Like for some reason, when I was 12-year-old, I had no empathy. I had no like emotional situation. I just go out there and clean the fish. My dad would catch them and bring them home, my stepdad, and he would be like, here you go. So he'd lay out the paper, give me the fillet knife, and I went to town and I did that stuff and didn't have a second thought about it. I wish I could get back to that mentality about it, because now I'm like, ew. And I want chickens, but I'm like, I wouldn't be able to kill them. And I want cows to raise my own meat. And I'm like, I couldn't kill them. Like, what would I do? That means I'd have to pay somebody to do my butchering and right. So I don't know, but fishing is great. I've always enjoyed the peace and quiet of it. And you get the fish, you can eat the fish. Like it's free, pretty much like that. I love watching you go fish, Fate. That's pretty cool. If anybody's down to go hunting and get me some venison, I'm just letting you deer hunters out there. Like this girl would love to pack that Epicool for the truck with venison. So if anybody wants to catch me an extra deer, I'd like that, and talk to me. I'm not the hunter, but I need a hunter, right? I want that natural meat. And I know it's not hunting season yet, but I'm just putting it out there early. Okay, I'm putting it out there early. If you want to go hunting, but you don't need the meat, say, hey, you know what? Maybe I'll just go hunting this year and see if I can get Shannon a deer. I'm down. Like that's bro stuff right there. Come on, what it says, I go to a grocery store if I want meat or fish. You won't catch me in a wilderness fishing or hunting. I love it. I love being outside. I love the whole off-grid thing. I love the whole natural live off the land thing. Like I'm a big, big fan of all of that life. One day I'll be there. Kitty Craze with Dar says, I can't even picture what it after seeing you in that Vegas suit. Wilburner says, I love watching Fate ice fish up north of his home. The sneaky American is stealing Canadian fish. I'm not into cold nothing, right? So I can't see myself ice fishing. However, my dad did take my father did take me one time when I was a little girl, and it was very cool. I guess if you have the shanty and all that stuff, you can stay nice and warm. It would still be cool. Just if I didn't have to touch the worms. And then I have this sympathy for animals so bad. It's so bad. Like, I'm like, I can't catch the fish. He's just swimming around and I'm going to kill him and eat him. Yet I know that we've been given authority and dominion over the animals of this earth to feed us by God. So, maybe it's just because I'm a woman. I'm supposed to have a man that's supposed to be doing that stuff because that's his forte. That's what men do, right? So, yeah, all that. Dan says, I'll chop up all them dead critters for you. Thank you, Dan. Oh, there you go. Come on, it says, I'll order room service. Yeah, that's all good until it's not, right? I mean, I still feel strongly in my deep pits of my soul that we're going to return. Somehow we're going to end up being forced to be returned to the land. Think I'm weird, whatever. I think this is where we're going. And therefore, I prepare my children for like, hey, if crap hits the fan, this is always my opening statement. If crap hits the fan, we need to know how to grow food. If crap hits the fan, these boys need to know how to fish. They need to know how to hunt, right? I'm the big pusher in the family for manhood. I love manhood. I love men that are men and have manly habits and instincts and all of that. That to me is manhood, and that to me is attractive. Natural instincts, natural leadership, right? Let's not get started on the manhood conversation again. That could go on for hours. But, just so you know where I stand, okay? I love manhood. I love men. I love men that are strong leaders, passionate, sassy. I think the world, those of you that are like that, which I think is all of you, needs to make sure that you are passing that and helping in your community or in your family, raising your nephews, raising the sons, raising the grandsons. Please really think about in your life and the big picture about taking an active role in promoting manhood as it should be. Because man, I'll tell you what, if you guys haven't realized it, I sure have. Like, this gender thing is so, maybe I'm just seeing it more and more lately, but it is so out of control. It is so out of control. The masculinity of men is so hard to find. Not that I'm looking, I'm just observing, right? Please multiply manhood. Please reach out. Be a big brother in that big brother program, whatever. Do something to help a young man who doesn't have a father in whatever shape or form that is. If it's a neighbor kid that you can be an influence to, I'm going to encourage you. Like, we've got to fight back. The men have to join together and fight back to preserve manhood. Like Fate said, teach a man to fish. You teach a young man to fish. Like that principle that Fate says is beautiful, because that's what it is. And it carries forward into manhood too. It's not just fishing. That's how you change the world, men. Wheelburner says, we're going to start tagging our Canadian fish so U.S. Customs will know that Fate did not pay duty on them. Well, honestly, nobody owns those fish. Like, when did they decide that they own the fish? Because it's on their land? It doesn't mean they own it. Like, that was provided in the world for us to eat and survive. Fate says, Wheelburner Express, snitches get stitches. That in itself is a natural law, I believe. Wheelburner says, bring it, fish thief. Wheelburner says, don't make me throw snowballs at you, Fate. Dar says, with it, she doesn't think you are a man. No, I do. Like, in my mind, like, yeah, you can enjoy the things of life like that you have right now. But at the end of the day, can you live off the land if you had to? Can you teach a young man those things that's coming up behind you? Good question. I'm not going to bring up that conversation. Dan says, my grandpa taught me how to live off the land, and his taught him to be a businessman. Good point. Fate says, I love women under my thumb. LOL. Please don't tell my wife. I think that's natural. I mean, that's a whole nother conversation, right? It's natural. Like a husband leads the family. That's his role. Will Burner says, well said, Dan Williams Jr. Come on, what it says, I'm a good provider and this country boy can't survive. All right, Bill. That's what I thought. Great work this week, guys. I know y'all been working hard. Let's keep it going. Let's keep these people fed. Let's keep doing what we do. It takes a little bit of extra work right now and a little bit of extra strength, but we all got it. We all can do it, and we all can rise to the occasion, right? No doubt. You guys, my best friend hunts bow season and rifle season. He's always in the deer woods. He would give me anything I want. Hook a sister up, Bill. I need me a deer to feed me for a year. When I was married, my husband used to hunt every year, and we always had venison, but Bait Truckin' says, I'll teach anyone to fish, no matter race, sex, or identity. None of that matters to me, and I try to follow one rule, love all. Absolutely, me too, Bait. That's something we have in common. But I think all of you men are listening to me when you know what I'm saying. Like, it's unfortunately that over the years, families have been broken, and that cultural, fathers teaching their sons skills, survival skills, and fatherhood skills, and all those things has diminished so much. And now it's to the point where just men are confused about their sexuality. Controversial discussion, which is something we don't try to get into too much in here. Fate Truckin' says, bullshit role. My wife holds the family together without a doubt. Yeah, but that's her role. That's not your, I'm not trying to push my understandings or beliefs on anybody, but in my opinion, that she's in the right role. She does what she does. Like Dar is in her right role. And so you guys go out, you're the breadwinners, you're the final decision makers. You do consult your wife, absolutely. Every king in history has. It's in order. It doesn't mean your role is diminished in any way. She's a strong queen, right? For the king. And so is Dar, right? By all means, women we're strong in a lot of ways and able to multitask a lot of things, right? And manage a lot of things. That's the way we're built. But in my belief and opinion, I don't ever believe that was imparted to rule over men. Men are built a certain way. They're designed to think a certain way. There's no doubt about it in my mind. And they're meant to make decisions and to lead and to provide. And that's what you guys do. She does the rest. I don't see how that's out of order in any way. If I said it wrong and it triggered something else, like, I'm sorry. Like, I think, if you got a wife at home and she's got it down, like, she's rocking. But she does it for you. She does it for the family, Like Dar says right here, that's what makes her special. They are the strength of the family. Bill says, I helped him track his very first deer over 30 years ago, and I found it. I must have missed a line there. Dar says, that's awesome, Whittick. Gives him a pat on the back. Come on, what it says. He gut shot it because he wasn't. Oh, you're talking about your friend. He gut shot it because he wasn't good yet. Yeah, that's the other thing. Like, you got to know how to hunt and shoot, where you shoot and all that. I know that because I remember my dad used to tell me about that. Dar says, I work too and can manage without him. Come on, what it says. That bow had almost no let off. Dan Rumble says, please affirm me. I'm looking between my legs and still don't know what I am. Oh no, but I'm not going over there. Okay. Anyways, back to my encouragement. I love you guys. Thank you for having coffee with me. Thanks for hanging out with me. It was good to catch up. Until next week, I'm going to try to pop some videos. Please watch my videos. I'm trying to get my watch hours up so I can get monetized. But other than that, coming to you today from a happy place with a fresh new coffee that was a gift from friends and lots of dogs. Happy family times. And it's good to be home. And I'll see you out on the road. I love you. Thank you for your support. Please hit the like and subscribe if you haven't. And all that good jazz. Be safe out there on the road. And it's a Sunday. Traffic shouldn't be too bad. But you guys are the best. I appreciate you. See you next time. We out.